through you, even if you are bumping out like 10x the damage, just because of how her ult works. But
the star of the
Gwen,
I like the Gwen. AE of Hanson to the front line of Aurora. And here's a online favorite. A lot of folks online, like these armchair analysts, saying, why don't they just pick Mincetar? It stops a lot of the big meta heroes in the current roster of M7 top picks. And here it is.
So many dashes instantly negated by King's Calling. Alter Ego's lineup needed more crowd control, and they got a hell of a lot of crowd control. Guinevere and Mincetar, as unique as it is, I like how Alter Ego closed it out.
Hold up. This also shuts down Vengeance.
Yes.
I see a Freya and I want an Arla. That's how earlier teams in the Swiss figured out how to make this work. But now you are kind of slowed down. They instead go for the Lapu Lapu, the safer pick.
yeah, no choice here for the side of Aurora. They've got a decent amount of damage on their side, a lot of bursts, a lot of key components that they can mix and match according to the scenario. I think that AE need to take the more linear approach. Keep it simple.
That Mincetar looks poisonous to me.
The Mincetar did not keep it simple.
Yeah, it's not simple, but oh my god, all those dash blocks. As a Filipino, I gotta say, this pains me to say, I'm leaning towards Alter Ego for the draft.
I'm saying AE for sure.
I'll keep it close to the chest. Until the Mincetar proves it's worth its pick, I'm saying Aurora.
Well, let's see how it's gonna work as we enter Flying Clouds in what is sure to be an electric 5-game series. Best of 5, Alter Ego, Aurora, Indonesia, and the Philippines. Welcome to another chapter to this long story. Mirko and Trex, let's go!
Thank you, Renmar, Gideon, and Leo. It's Trex here with Mirko once again. It's day 2, series 2. Alter Ego facing up against Aurora Gaming. Now, Mirko, they gave their predictions on the draft. How are you feeling about it yourself?
Hey, Alter Ego are very, very lucky, you know? So I think Aurora got this.
I gotcha. Aurora got this. Just that simple, that easy. No questions asked, no hold bars. Now, when I take a look at the mid lane, I do think one thing. We saw something similar in the last series, a similar lineup in the mid, and the Farza and the Cho seem to do well. You get the rotations, you get the aggression, but we are seeing Alter Ego already try to push in.
Yeah, this is what they like to do, man. With the composition that's so aggressive, they just want to push the tempo. And honestly, we got to see this already. Aurora Gaming did the same thing to SRG early on. In game number 1, all the way to game number 3, but then it was the SRG adaptation constantly coming in. Yazuke, though, a bit late to go with orange buff, not going to be caught still. It's first blood for Light.
First blood for Aurora Gaming, very well done. So, at this point, Aurora Gaming already capitalizing on the aggression that Alter Ego wants to bring in. Already showing that, listen, we're ready for that. We don't have a problem with that at all. Taking a look at some of the emblems, Warcry onto the Freya, trying to be aggressive. On top of that, extra damage for the items, and a whole lot of movement speed on the side of Aurora Gaming with the Wilderness Blessings. They want to move, they want to be able to respond quickly.
Oh,
Alter Ego brings.
RP in the bottom lane, almost getting caught. Light again! Jikundo and the Shunpu, but it's just to threaten RP, just to possibly bait out the flicker from him.
So Aurora Gaming still playing it safe. They don't want to force it. They don't want to force their hands. This is your typical Aurora Gaming, not pushing anything too far. We're going to get a slow chokehold on you and just keep letting the gold bleed out.
Turtle number 1 already started up by Aurora Gaming Philippines. Demon Kite free there. Yazuki pops in Phantom T. That's a purify up by Yue. As Nino walks up and gives me the red chip from Demon Kite to pick it up. Demon Kite very, very low. Nino able to flicker in, getting the kill down.
Yue able to find the response though. Nino goes down, but it's a kill for a kill.
And now it's Alec and Hijume cutting them down. Edward Ball in light. Wait, the Dragon with Jikundo brings the kill over to Yue, but Hijume gets a double.
That's a huge win for Alter Ego. They're able to turn things around a little bit, but Demon Kite looking for the possible response.
Demon Kite has him on the shotgun. This will be the double stun coming in as Goldman rotates from gold lane, and it is given to Demon Kite.
If you want to go blow for blow, Aurora Gaming is ready. They hold about a 800 gold lead, but this is just the start. And one of my worries for Aurora Gaming is they might crumble under the pressure that Alter Ego wanted to bring, but they are answering it head on.
That's the thing. For Aurora Gaming Philippines, we've just been thinking about them playing the fundamental MLBB, playing just a systematic style. But clearly, something changed. they're now much more willing to take those risks. It was already seen in the match against TLPH. There's only one way you can beat TLPH, and it's not just to play that systematic game, it's not to play that safe game. You need to take those gambles, and with the players they have in the lineup now, you can't doubt that they can. You can't doubt that they can execute all of those crazy gambles.
They finally hit their second form, you know?
Yep.
They finally moved forward. They've come out of the cocoon. Aurora Gaming
Took a while.
is ready to flap their wings. It took a while, for sure. But this is a very different team than what we've seen in previous internationals.
Absolutely.
And if they keep this pace, it looks good.
Ale.
Play.
Based on the Purify, Nino gonna be walking up as well now, bringing Light over. That's it.
Nothing happens. That's it. Easy
all.
peasy, lemon squeezy, no major problems. And again, this is what Aurora Gaming want. What I'm really excited for is Edward on this Lapu Lapu. When are we going to see that really come into play in these fights? We didn't get to see a lot of those big backlane divers in the last set of matches. But now we see Edward on a proactive EXP laner, and you know how much he loves it. I mean, listen, he's whoa.
Oh, he tried to go for the hook before. He popped into King's Calling just to dash out. Light goes over the way of the dragon, but it's actually kind of off, and now it's Nino in the back line.
Up the top side, Nino able to push him away, and now they're going to move on to the turtle.
Yazuki holding onto it. The Phantom Steed already used up now. Alec going to the back line. That's Edward with a jump in. Live with the Kikuno as well. Yazuki's down.
Demon Kite able to take one down. Turtle still up.
Demon Kite picking it up. Now it's going to all in now with the Violet Requiem. But Demon Kite takes him out. And it's Domeng who slices Nino to bits to get a double. Now a feathered airstrike just pounding Arfi down.
That's going to help secure this tier 3 on the bottom side. Like, just to mess with your head a little bit, man. Just to get in your mental.
XBTR, by the way. My goat! Anyways, yeah, no. Light is just so annoying. Every single time he's on the Cho, Trex, he wants you to make that extra move. He wants to cancel out your recalls. He wants to cancel out your skills. And even if the way the dragon is off, a lot of times that's a feint. That's a setup for something else. And in that case, it was Edward with the follow-up.
All right, in the mid side, Yue and Light continue to control. Alter Ego now, they're at a point, is it time to kind of hit the brakes a little bit? Maybe we can't take them on with a super aggressive play style. Yazuke is 0-3-2. It's not where you want to be on a Leomord. We've seen Leomords do great when they can get that early aggression, but they haven't been able to do that. So now we have to completely rethink our strategy if we're Alter Ego.
Yeah, what's that going to be? Right now, I guess it's to minimize losses. 2,000 gold lead for Aurora Gaming Philippines. It's trying to look for those mid-game power spikes. But at the end of the day, this Alter Ego esports lineup is very reliant on a cycle of skills. They need to go in and that's it, right? With the instant or with the straight-up initiation, you need to get a win. Aurora Gaming Philippines, they have a Freya that can play it long. They have, I would say, actually, they're the Yi Sun Shin as well. They can constantly just go for continuous damage on top of the fact that he can go for burst too.
And Alter Ego very reliant as well on all 5 members kind of being together in these fights. They don't have much of a split pushing composition, and when you are in the behind place that they're in right now, that's what you're looking for. Small plays on the map. Maybe you get a tier 3 on the bot side. Maybe you get one on the top side. Something that you can take. But the problem is, if they send someone down, it's going to be a long time until they can get back to the turtle pit. Or the rest of your members are going to all get cut off, and all of these skills, like you said, need to be used in a cycle. Warax does finally get locked in for Yazuke.
Wow.
That's a late first item.
Especially for Yazuke, dude. This guy has always just been ahead of the enemy junglers when we saw him in the Swiss stage. Domeng forcing it out. Now, good dodge away from the hook. RP goes over to King's Calling. Traction pulse coming down, but Domeng gets out and has that flare as well with a recall spam. Now it's away the dragon locking. That Nino down spatial migration with the Valor in the back. Nino gonna be taken out. Now it's Domeng and Demon Kite helping each other out as Yazuke walks away. But Edward pops in the stun, doesn't go for it. Aurora should be able to get this for free.
Aurora treated that turtle like it was a lord, systematically getting the kick, bringing the rest of the team down. At least Yazuke gets a purple here. It's the first time we've seen them able to trade something in a loss, but it's still not a great trade.
Perfect turtle for Aurora Gaming Philippines, and they're just going to have this steady build. If Alter Ego esports aren't going to bring the chaos to them, this is Aurora Gaming Philippines' comfort zone. Ali with the spatial migration again on Yue, but he knows there's a Purify on his hands, so he can't just go all in, and they have to deal with Domeng Kite somehow. Traction pulse there, Yazuke! Try to go for the chase, but Yue, he's flying, yo.
That's what happens when you're at a 3.5k gold deficit. Even when you get the big plays, you don't always get the kills. And this is what Alter Ego Esports is going to be looking at for a bit now. Taking a look at the items. Minsathar takes up the Scythe. Going to work into DHS next. Is that a DHS coming up?
I believe so. Yeah, I think he
DHS
is going to be
on the
going for the attack speed build here.
Is it going to be a fast boy?
I don't.
But I don't know if it's going to help. You know, Leo said until we see the Minsathar work, you still got to doubt it. And right now, I'm definitely doubting it.
Yeah.
We haven't seen anything from it.
And all in onto Ollie with the way the Dragon as well. They just go all in for him, and it works. Alter Ego, we're in no position to help the Roamer. 0-3 and 2. The gold lead now getting out of control.
I would honestly say that Aurora Gaming is the one that's bringing the chaos. Yes, it's organized chaos, but they are the ones that are being hyper-aggressive here. Alter Ego had about 30 seconds of hyper-aggression in the very beginning. They paid the price for it. And Aurora Gaming, once they smelled the blood, they came for it. It's like, fine, we can do this. We can play this. They have the Lapu, they have the Farza, they have the damage. And to top it off, they have this Freya who can also just bully the front line.
So again, for Alter Ego, it's all about the backup plan, which is farm it up. He should be going to be caught. Going the way to Dragon now as Delman continues to chase in the back, and that's going to be the final Requiem use. Edward goes through him.
Dazuke tries to do something, but it's just not enough.
The Mountain Sharker catches Nino, keeps calling. They all fall under it, but there's not enough damage to take him down. RP with a 3-man hook, but it's Edward who goes through them all.
They tried valiantly, but it just wasn't enough. Aurora Gaming with the full team wipe.
Agent Zero, Mr. Consistent, just swinging that sword on Alter Ego, picking up a triple, and now a free Lord.
No, for a second it looked good. It looked possible for Alter Ego, but the dreams were crushed in the hands of Edward there. And now a Lord into the hands of Aurora Gaming PH. I'm thinking some towers are going down here.
I think so too. Alter Ego don't have the best clear with this composition. It's a team fighting comp, a composition built to have a lead by this point of the game, to be able to actually dictate the fights. But now it's Aurora Gaming dictating everything. What a read by Doming down below. Knows Alec was there. Alter Ego are getting read out as RB goes for the King's Calling again. Now they'll be able to actually get a kill. But now they're caught in the bad spot as Edward goes in with Bravest Spider. That's a conceal use. Traction pulls, dodge away from by the CC immunity as he goes back in.
Nice Mountain Shocker does land down onto Alec. They're forced to back off.
Lord up top. Alter Ego want to play it slow. They already got one member. Now they can try to distract Aurora Gaming Philippines as they clear up these minion waves that are coming at them. And obviously the Lord up top. They are trying their best not to let it charge through, and yeah, they will be able to do it.
Yeah, honestly, Aurora Gaming PH takes this push slow. No major towers lost. They only lose one tier 2 on the top side. And this is going to be able to bide a little bit of time for Alter Ego Esports. And from what we saw last time, they do have some pick potential. So maybe that is the strategy. Look for one member at a time. Keep yourself in the game until everyone can fight together.
And that's the thing about the Minsathar right now, right? Can't purify out of the King's Calling. When you're in there, you're stuck. You gotta deal more damage than your opponents. You have to just go in. And for Domenkai, the fact that he was picked off meant that Aurora Gaming Philippines had to take it slow. There was no other way they would be able to siege with just 4 members with a double fighter composition.
You know, there is also one wild card on the side of Alter Ego here.
What's that?
That is the Sora. We've seen teams from we saw SRG do it, we saw Innocent do it, get savages, even from behind. One big power play, once the gold gets to that point, once the items locked in, then the possibilities are there. Can Alter Ego pull it off, though?
Here's the catch, though.
Going tanky.
He's going tank. Nino is an XP laner, and we've seen for the Sora as an XP, it's mainly just, Nino actually just walks over Light. Yasuke actually spots Light, he buys the immortality in time as Nino goes in. They know everybody's in the bottom lane now. Get all in over on Light as Alec rotates his ball. Spatial migration going away from, and there you go. Light just styling on him up top.
What?
They tried.
They tried.
They couldn't land a skill on him. Light's too good at video games.
That's Sora for you, baby.
That's what?
That's Tank Sora.
That's Tank Sora. Honestly, even if it's damage Sora, I really don't think he would be able to shred Light. But yes, that is Tank Sora, just tickling the choke.
Tickling the choke.
That's Pauldron at least though, but the Backlave on the other side too. So they have a way to deal with Yi Sun-shin. But who gonna deal with Yue?
Who gonna deal with Yue? You gonna deal with Yue.
What, physically?
Mentally?
Mentally? I don't think I can. Oh, maybe if I complimented him enough, then we can actually do that.
Like catch him off guard. You'd be like, hey, you look great right now, and then bang. You know?
Could be, you know, send those curveballs. Hijime actually picks up the win in nature, and it's an endless battle for Yazuke, who is 0-4, by the way. Again, the stats earlier, Renmar said it, he's #1 in KDA and kills per game, but this game he's gotten 0 kills, and it's looking like a free lord as Nino tries to look for an opening. Domenkai goes for the poke, RP gonna look for the hook, won't be able to find it now. Yazuke as well pops into Phantom Steed, but Yue gets away with the Purify.
And the Lord resets at that. Aurora Gaming gonna move back.
Huh?
He's calling. What's going on with RP right now?
Tried to read
what?
Light's movement. He tried to go for the King's Calling as Light goes in for the G-Kundo. He thought he had Flicker, but it's a miscalculation, and now with no big ultimate, they have to give it away. Olive for spatial migration, able to find Yue in the backline as Nino walks it forward and actually gets Demon Kite down.
Yazuke steals the Lord!
And now it's an all-out fight as Yazuke still on the horse going in. Hijime! Go over the damage now. It's a pumping forward. Light loses the immortality. Hijime in the backline over on Yue, cutting him down.
The bait was in. Hijime with a double kill, making a triple.
And now it's just Agent Zero. Hijime goes in again as the famous fighter coming in against 4 members. What can he do? Edward with the jump. Hijime with the nature. And now it's the sun coming in as Edward tries his best to stay alive. But Hijime gets the shutdown and an unofficial maniac.
It's a maniac in my book, whether you like it or not. The stat might not be there, but Hijime picks up the pieces. Alter Ego Esports just turned the tables. They were behind about 2,000 gold. Now they've got a lead, plus a Lord, marching down.
There's something about them that keeps them going. It's the hunger of always falling short. Aurora Gaming Philippines, on the other hand, though, took that fight despite knowing the Phantom Steed was used. There were so many windows that were closing for Alter Ego, but Aurora Gaming Philippines never let it fully close. They fought while there was a little bit of a gap between.
I mean, it all started with that Violent Requiem, right? It all started with that Nino jumps in.
And now, Valkyrie Descent getting into safety. Domenkai, no Purify. It's Demon Kite up top and Light. Take a look at Light.
Hiding in the bush, ready to pull up, jump about the cut.
Can he do it?
I don't know, it looks like he's gonna be going back to base possibly. Lord crashing in.
Hijime buys immortality as well. He has 7 kills now.
The wait,
Lights.
the wait and bait, the shake and bake, the Ricky Bobby.
Okay. Light gets out. Alter Ego have swapped the game around. Now it's them who have the advantage in the structures, in the goal department. We're getting to a point where the goal won't really matter too much. But trust me, those structures will, going in all alone. That's 1v3. Now Edward walking in, waiting dragon, locking RP down with a mountain shocker as well. Edward picking up the kill, now he goes through them with Domenkai. Like on the back foot, Edward!
Hijime continues to get free shots though. Edward slicing through him.
Can they get to Hijime? No, they cannot. 30 seconds on the Lord. Alter Ego can still breathe, but they have lost their gold lead. Now it's Light looking for the angle again for the G-Kundo. They have to give the orange buff away. Domenkai walks up, and Hijime is able to get that jetpack over the wall.
Feather airstrike does come down. The Steed comes out. And Aurora Gaming are looking for a tower.
There's a minion and a cannon together. Valkyrie descends to the back line. Hijime no flicker earlier, baited out by the feathered airstrike. Mid lane baser now taken down, and Aurora Gaming Philippines set their sights on the neutral objective.
Here's the kicker, right? Alter Ego, they flip the table, they get a gold lead, they get a Lord, they get so much presence on the map. But I was worried what was going to happen is they were going to push too far. They should have taken that, calm down, claim ground, wait for Lord, and keep position. Aurora Gaming, on the other hand, they do the opposite. They take a quick tower and they leave. Fine, we got what we wanted.
It's a classic Nino moment, but not the Nino of now, the Nino of old. Look at the back though. This is a flanking Freya. Looking to get Yazuki, looking to get Hijime, who doesn't have flicker. Catching Hijime there. About to win the nature, buys a little bit more time. The rest of the team going to the back line as Hijime loses immortality. And now it's Yazuki trying to peel him off. Rose gold immediate from Hijime, but he gets shut down.
Arfi can do nothing to save his team right now. He's shredded away.
Now it's Demon Kai looking for the chase on Alec. Goes through him like he's just, oh my goodness. Immortality down is in the mid lane. It's a big fight going on now. Who's going to win that one? As Demon Kai gets a double kill, and in the mid lane, it is Nino taken down. And Aurora
wipe Alter Ego out.
There is nothing they can do at this point, Aurora Gaming.
It is all over for game number 1. It's the start to the best of 5 that the Filipinos would definitely be happy with.
We saw some push and pull, but in the end, Aurora Gaming met chaos with determination in game number 1 and kept it clean.
We thought it was gonna be fight fire with water. They said fight fire with fire, but even hotter fire.
And a little bit of water.
A little bit
of ice. Aurora Gaming brought the full package.
A little bit of dirt as well.
A little dirt in their eyes.
Oh, in
Sand in their eyes. Remar, how you feeling about it?
Guys, we're well past September. Why bring in Earth, Wind, and Fire? What's with all the element talk here? But my, oh my, Aurora Gaming PH. I have a question for the panel. Is Edward still even human at this point?
Oh.
What the heck was that, Edward? That was one of the craziest individual performances I've seen on the Lapu Lapu.
There's a reason why